Hello everyone, and welcome to Create Above and Beyond. So something I've wanted to do on the channel for quite a while now is play a mod pack. If you know anything about me and have seen any of my videos, you know that I'm a huge fan of Create, but something you may not know is that I love a lot of other mods too. So when I saw that the Create dev team released their very own mod pack, I thought, what a perfect time to jump right in and explore some other mods that work with Create. So we're just going to get started. We're going to collect some starter resources in this beautiful seed we have. If you guys want to play in this world, I will be dropping the seed down right at the top of the description. If you want to have basically the same experience as me, some stuff is changed seed to seed. So if you want to basically follow along one for one, definitely use the seed in your world. It should be a pretty fun one. I've got some pretty good fans for a giant mega factory that I think will work perfect in these mountains. So we're going to collect some beginning resources, and then we will hop into the quest book and see if we can get to some automation today, which I think will be very fun. So if I'm not mistaken, I think that's a village over there. Ooh, that's perfect, because I think we are... Yep, sun's going down. We're nearing the night. Oh, what is that? That looks like a desert temple under the ocean. We will have to go check that out. But I think for this first night, we're going to head over to this village and just hole up in one of their houses. I'm sure they won't mind. And then we can start looking into some of these quests and kind of get a good idea of how we want to get started. Let's try to pick a house with a bed so we can sleep through the night if we so choose. We will choose this as our home. So, hi, thanks for joining me. So let's take a look at the quest book. So this first tab just kind of walks you through what the mod pack is, and definitely go check out the video I made kind of explaining what is Create Above and Beyond, and that'll kind of walk you through all of this information and get you started with the mod. There's also this remote trading tab, which we won't be getting into today as that's a little more advanced and requires some automation. So we're just going to hop straight down to the factory guide. So starting off here from a tree puncher. So collect a wood. We will collect our apple cider as a reward. It's a pretty good reward considering all we have is a bunch of raw fish right now. So that'll help us get started. So then we get to chapter 1, high aspirations. So all we got to do is click that to unlock the first chapter. The earliest inventions reveal one's resourcefulness. With low-level equipment, auto-crafting? None. Filtering? Not cheap. Item transport? May the built spaghetti mesh in your favor. After hitting the check mark above, the first chapter of the factory guide will become accessible from the quest sidebar. So now we can hop into the first chapter, which basically walks us through everything in the andesite age. So this little tab just kind of lets us know that this flow kind of shows us what we should do, but it's not what we have to do. We can feel free to skip steps or kind of go flip-flop back and forth between stuff to make sure that we're following a flow that we like. But this should definitely help us out in terms of getting started and knowing what we need to do first. So it looks like it's nighttime outside, so I'm gonna borrow this bed so we can skip the night and go straight to day. And there's monsters nearby, and there's a villager in the bed. Don't see the monster, that doesn't mean they're not here. Okay, it looks like there's a single zombie. Okay, we can take care of that. Alright, now let's go to bed. There we go. Now looking at what the quest book wants us to start with, first thing says Automation Forest, Contraption 1. So the first thing it wants us to do is automate the collection of wood. That's actually not the first thing that I think I'm going to do. I think I'm actually going to start over here with sediment. So contraption 1, it says wood. We're going to hold off on that. We're going to jump straight to sediment. Now the reason being is what we want to do is we want to automate the andesite alloy creation as soon as possible. And for that, I think this is going to be a good place to start. So it says catching sediment. A good way to automate sand at this moment is to build strainers. So if I look at the recipe for strainers, essentially what that is it is a andesite machine plus iron bars and a smithing table gets us our strainer. So before we get started with all that crafting, I think what I'm going to do is get as much food going as I can right now, and then do some exploring to see if this really is where we want to settle, or if we can find somewhere a bit better to build our starter base. So we're going to grab all of the wheat from this village, craft that up into some bread, cook all of the fish we grabbed, and go on a little bit of an adventure. So it looks like we have a cartographer in this village. So we will borrow that, and let's check what we got here. We got some grading sleeves from buddy cards, some bread, and a rubber ducky. Hello. Quack, 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 quack. So we got a rubber ducky and some buddy card grading sleeves. I'm really excited about the buddy card mod. Essentially what it does is it adds a bunch of like collectible cards to the game, and they don't really do anything all that interesting, but I'm just really think it'd be a lot of fun to try to collect them all. Oh, a saddle and another rubber duck. That saddle is going to be pretty helpful if we manage to find a horse, because then we can have a good way to move around and we don't have to walk. Oh, we also got a stone cutter. Thank you. I will be taking that. That'll be very helpful in getting our starter house built. Now I will cook up all this food and we will be on our way. Okay, so looking into it, it looks like these fish, you actually have to fillet them and then cook up the fillets. So we're gonna hold off on crafting those down for now. We did get enough bread from that village to sustain ourselves. So I think we'll be good without the fish. Something else I really want to watch out for is some cows. As is modded Minecraft, my inventory is already almost completely full. So I want to have a goal of getting a backpack done today. Looks like we need 5 leather to make the pack and 3 wool. Sewing spool looks like we need some string. And then the sewing table needs another leather. So we need at least 6 leather to get started with a backpack. So hopefully we can find some cows as we look around for a spot to settle down. I think because we were able to snag 6 leather, we'll let those cows live. Alright, so just coming over this hill here, I think I spotted, yes, there's another village right over there, and it looks like a bit of a larger village. So I think that might want to be closer to that one than that little tiny one by the ocean. Oh, and what is that? Looks like some abandoned structures. Let's go check those out. So it might be cool to kind of hold up there for a little bit right next to the village, but not in the village. I tend to find when you live in a village, the villagers don't seem to last very long, as you keep those chunks loaded throughout the night and the zombies get to them. But let's see what we have over here. So it looks like we got a little hut, a little like oak log hut. Got some sort of brick roofed building right next to it. So it looks like this is some sort of mine shaft. Yeah, it's got some mine carts, some rails, a chest with some goodies in it. Okay, got a buddy card set, another rubber ducky. We'll grab that right away. Some rails. And then up here we have a little cottage. You know what? I think we might just commandeer this little cottage, maybe expand it a bit. And we can call this home. And it looks like I might almost see something right up here too. What do we got up this way? So is this like an old like abandoned village area? Kind of looks like. Oh, this is a create contraption. This looks like, yeah, it was once a windmill. Oh, very, very cool. So we should be able to rip this all up and rebuild this windmill. Yeah, I think this is gonna be where we start our base. So we've got a little wooden hut, a mine shaft, and a windmill all ready to go for us. This is perfect. And then we're right outside the village. And we even got another little dirt hut. Wow. Is there anything hiding under the carpet like a snow temple? Doesn't look like it. It's pretty cool. I think I will organize my inventory. We'll just kind of use this little house for now and maybe expand it later on into the episode. And then I'm going to go check out this mine shaft and see what that has to offer. So the backpack mod isn't something I've used before, but I think that we should check it out. So to actually make the backpacks, you need tanned leather, sewing spools, and shears. I don't think we have iron yet, so we might have to go into that cave a little bit to get some iron. Sewing spools, we need some string. And then for the sewing table itself, we need a leather, some spruce, and a stick. That all seems pretty easy to do. So I think the first things first, we need to go get some shears, both for crafting the backpack itself, but also getting some wool and potentially turning that into string. So let's see if we can't just kind of walk down here. I don't trust that minecart. I think we're just gonna do it on foot and see if we can find some iron ore. We don't need, ooh, okay. So this apparently is trapped. So we gotta watch out for that. Okay, broken stone is apparently what it is. So gotta make sure not to step on that broken stone. Okay, here's some iron. We only need 2 ingots to get started. Now, one thing that you're gonna notice with this mod pack pretty quickly here is that ores are not set up the same as vanilla. And what I mean by that is if I look at the use of this crushed ore, which I got from mining that block, 1 crushed ore gives us 3 nuggets. And there is a way to kind of multiply that and get more nuggets out of each ore. But I will be going into that in the next episode, as this one I really just kind of want to get started. And then the next one we'll try to set up a little smithy and look into duplicating our ore. So it looks like we found a little chest here. Looks like it's not trapped. Oh, there we go. There's my iron. We got some diamonds. We got some gold. Bunch of cooked fish, emeralds, a heart of the sea. That's sick. 2 buddy cards and more rubber duckies. Amazing. So that's a pretty good little starting chest. Oh, we got even more. We got a airtight seal, enchanted book, some lapis, some cloth, rope, bread, rails, and torches. Okay. Well, that was a pretty darn good find in this little mine shaft, and I'm really excited too. Oh no. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh god, broken stone. Oh no. That's not good. Alrighty, so we finally made it back down here, and it looks like, yeah, so we do have the corpse mod installed, so my stuff is safe. But it looks like it is still under the lava, so I have to figure out a safe way to get down there without dying in lava again. So we'll break that, and then I should be able to pop down here, and then there we go. Transfer items, and we're good to go. So this broken stone, that's what we got to watch out for. It looks like if we shift on it, we are safe. So whenever we are near lava, I think we got to shift because they are very clearly trying to trick us and kill us because they think it's funny. I don't know. So we're going to get out of this mine shaft and go craft up some backpacks. So we're going to make our shears and then sleep until day in a bed that I definitely did not steal from the village. Except there's a creeper right outside, so we will grab our bed and I guess run away really fast and hopefully we don't die. Looks like the sun is starting to come up though, so we'll just go shear some sheep, get the wool, and then we should be good to go in terms of setting up the backpack. Then we can maybe explore that mine shaft further because it looks like it's got some pretty good loot. Okay, so I was walking around and we're not far from the base. It's just over that hill and looks like there's another one of those little railway buildings. So let's go check that out and see if there's any good loot in the top chest. And then maybe once we get all situated, we can go explore this one too. Probably wait till we get some armor and stuff. I don't know how dangerous these things are in the lower levels, and I definitely want to be extracting all the ore I can as I go. Looks like we got a elderwood bucket of suspicious stew, another buddy card pack, and then a whole bunch of rails, and another rubber ducky. Awesome. So yeah, like I said, we will leave this one be for now, and we will come back to it once we get situated, once we get our backpack going, and we will go through it and harvest all of the resources. So now that we're back with the wool, I'm going to head up to the little windmill because I want to grind this wool down into string, which I feel like is a better idea than trying to go fight some spiders with our leather cap and stone tools. So we'll see what we have here and see if we can't fashion together a functional windmill. We should be able to just kind of pop this on here, and if this gives us enough sails, it should be able to function. So we've got our shaft here. I think we'll just do it real kind of quick and dirty. Just pop the windmill sail on there, I guess windmill bearing. And then on top of the bearing, we'll do a sail, and we'll just see if that works. Contraption not able to assemble. It needs 8. So they only gave us 6 sails, so we'll have to make 2 more. So the sail frames are actually pretty cheap. We need a wool, some sticks, and some iron nuggets. So we've got the iron nuggets and wool. We just got to get some more wood going to get those sticks. We'll see if we can get this to work. So 1, 2 sails, right click, and it works. Awesome. So we will pop in, I think we just need 1 white wool, because we need to make the sewing spool, which needs 2 string. Each wool crush up gives us 1. Okay, so we will throw in a second wool, and that will give us all the string we need to make our spool, and then make our sewing table, and make our backpack. And the last step here is to tan our leather. So it looks like we have to make bound leather, which again is with the spool shears in the sewing table, and then smelt that up and we get our tanned leather. So that actually looks pretty easy. Now what I'm worried about is that these spools get used up. I have a feeling that the shears don't when you make these crafting recipes, but I do have a feeling that the spools do. So we'll try it with just the 1 spool, but if that does get used up, we can just go ahead and mill down more wool and get more string. So we will craft up the sewing table, place that down here, put in our shears, put in our spool, which we still need to make. So craft up the spool, and then put in the leather to make bound leather, and it does use 1 up for each leather. So we will have to go make some more wool. So we have 4 more pieces of leather, so we need 8 more wool ground. So we'll head back over to the grindstone and grind that up. Okay, so we got the rest of that leather bound and we are smelting it up. Then the last step is just to combine it with 3 wool, which we have. And then we should have a backpack. And I don't know how many slots these have by default, but I did notice you can make these pouches, and these can be like attached to backpacks. So there's a tiny pocket, which can be attached to backpack. Adds 3 slots. Max you can put on is 3. There's a medium pocket, which adds 6 slots, and the large pocket, which adds 9 slots. So I think we'll see how big this is. I'm hoping it's at least a chest. If not, we'll probably have to add some of these pockets. So 4, we gotta wait for this 1 last leather to be cooked up. Then we will grab them out of the furnace, go over to our sewing table, combine those with the wool. And oh, we need 1 more string. Oh, we're gonna be short. Oh, we have just enough wool. Now that we got that spool, we can put it in the sewing table along with the 5 tanned leather, the white wool, and we get our backpack. Cool.